Hey, and welcome back to Dr. Sonia TV. Today is going to be so good. You want to know why? Because this is all about how my divorce saved my life, how I used my pain to fuel my purpose, my journey to a $28 million purpose-driven business. Yes, you heard me. Now, I know you just said, Dr. Sonia, what does divorce have to do with a $28 million purpose-driven business? It has a lot. Now, if you're ready for it, give me a moment. Let me share the backstory so you understand. And then I'm going to give you 5 things you can begin to do today if you're in this place where you're using your pain to fuel your purpose. So wait for that in a moment. Let's go back. A few years ago, I was in this place and space where I just didn't feel like I belonged. I feel like my time had expired on this earth. And I really was in a very suicidal state where I didn't understand what was really happening. You know why? Because I was still in the moment of, I was married for 18 years. And my husband at the time didn't want to be married anymore. And I would say he simply walked away. And I thought that was the end. I went through moments of depression. I went through periods of time where I had to take medication to wake up. I had to take medication to function during the day. And I had to take medication to sleep at night. Now, I don't know if you know anyone in that state of mind. That is a very deep, dark place, to say the least. And I could just remember thinking to myself, I cannot live like this. I cannot go on. And if you've ever been through a divorce yourself, if you know someone that's been through a divorce, now, if you've been through it, you understand how traumatizing it could be. If you're watching from the outside and you're looking in, you just think, oh, why don't she just get over it? Why don't they just get over it? Well, it's really not that simple. At least it wasn't that simple for me. But one of the biggest things I had to understand is that I had children that were looking up to mommy to feed them, to clothe them. Now, I'm not saying their father at the time was not in their life, but he wasn't around as much because he was going through whatever he needed to go through on his end. But back to the divorce that saved my life. And I know that title in itself just doesn't seem right for some, but it's very fitting for this particular situation and where I find myself today. Just thinking back to trying to figure out what am I going to do with the life after my divorce. And it wasn't something that everyone talked about. Nobody was going around, I went through a divorce. They're not throwing parties like they are today. They're not celebrating. They're not, calling friends and they're doing an Instagram reel and a story and all of that celebrating. Back then, that wasn't something you celebrated. Truth be told, it really meant for many that you were a failure. And I quickly realized that was not the case. That journey of me going through divorce really set me up for success in my business today as a life and business strategist. And when I say that heartache and pain that I went through really took me to a place where it gave me the opportunity, right? It gave me the opportunity to live at a next level. It gave me the opportunity to not just for me, but to serve so many other women out there. So can I share with you how I turned my pain, or how I use my pain to fuel my purpose, and how you too can do the very same thing. Now, I know many really don't think about this life of coaching and consulting as a true business. I hear, the air quotes, that's not real business, Dr. Sonia. Well, you tell me where you can go and use your heartache and your pain, your life experience and your knowledge, and create such a movement that people are begging to be a part of. People are wanting to learn and glean from you. People are looking for answers. And the very thing that I did was I took my heartache and my pain, I used that pain to shift it into the purpose of what I do today, to be able to help some of the most amazing women around the world. I've been considered the general to giants. Yes, just because of the divorce, are you shedding light on a divorce being successful? Not necessarily the divorce, but the story that's attached to that. And I remember waking up one day and I said, I'm going to do this differently. And I began to share my story on social media. Yes, I began to tell the whole world about my life. And that turned into a $28 million purpose-driven business simply because I decided to share the journey that I went through in my divorce. And it took me on this, I would say, amazing adventure of becoming the woman that I needed the most in my life. and how you can do the same thing for the people that are looking for you. So let's get into it. This $28 million business, what did you do? How did you do this? Well, again, remember, I went through a divorce, being married 18 years. And I went through this whole period where I didn't believe I belonged, and I really didn't believe I belonged on this earth. And so I went through this process of finding myself, and as Michelle Obama would say, becoming that person, that woman that could really help someone else through that experience and help them not avoid the pain, but understand what they're going to go through. Because I'll be honest, let's go to this next one. There were days where I was like this, I was a high, I was a low. Yes, in green, should have been in white, but it's okay. Let me go back to that. I want to go back really quick. All right. Went through this moment where there were highs in a day, and then I would go to a low, and then you heard me say in a day. This all happened in a day. The truth be told, some of this during my divorce happened in an hour, where I have a high, and then I have a low, and then I would be crying, and then I would come back, I'm good, and then I'd be right here, and then I come back down the end of the day. How in the world could you take some experience like this and create a company that is in high demand? You do that by these simple things. Number one thing, over here, and I'm going to call these the steps to success of how I've been able, my company in 3 years to get to $28 million. Number one, I want you to start thinking about if this is you, and if this is not for you, share it with someone. Make sure you share, like, and comment. And again, share it with someone who may need this. They're at a place in a space right now where they need some answers of how this is happening. So number one, I want you to embrace the pain. What do you mean embrace the pain? Look, it's not going anywhere. You can't just sleep this off. You can't just go and just pretend like none of this is happening. You have to embrace what is happening. The faster you embrace and accept that this is your new normal, the faster you can get to a place where you can walk through this process with a smile and with an understanding. This is a part of my life. This is the part of my life that is not going to take me out, but it's going to help me have a better future. So embrace the pain. Number two, discover your passion. Or better yet, discover your passion. When I say discover your passion, what is it that you've been always thinking about doing? And if I can go back to my story, I realized I got married at a very young age. I had children at a very young age. And then when I got married, my focus was on my children and on my husband at the time. And honestly, I just let my passions and my dreams just fall by the wayside. Let's be honest. I'll be honest with you, very, very honest. I realized that as young women, we're taught very young to take care of someone else. Think about it. When you were 2 years old, when did you get your first Barbie doll? I think I was 2. When my mom gave me a doll to take care of. As women, we've been taught at a very young age to take care of other people. But we haven't necessarily been taught how to take care of ourselves. And so we get into this space and this place where we forget about our goals and our dreams. So I want you to get to a place, I just touched my thing. I want you to get to a place where you discover your passion. So take a moment. After you watch this Wisdom Vault video, I want you to take a moment. Go back and reflect on the things that you've always wanted to do as a little girl. What are some of the big dreams that you have? What is your true passion in life? Do you want to be an actress? Do you want to write your first book? Do you want to serve people? Do you want to sing? Do you want to dance? What is it that you want to do? Focus on those things. And the bigger your thoughts and your dreams, the better it is. I want you to dream so big it scares you. Number 3, I want you to turn your passion into purpose. Okay, now that sounds easier said than done. I know that's what you're saying, but I want you to turn your passion into purpose. That very thing that you're thinking about as it relates to your passion, I want you to think about, how can I make it my purpose in life? What can I do, this passion that you have here, how can I begin to help other people? I believe your passion is for you and your purpose is for other people. There are people right now, remember, how did I turn a $28 million purpose-driven business from the pain that I went through in a divorce. I realized my passion of wanting to help and serve other people. I just realized how I can make it a purpose to help other people. And I began to go share with them the experience that I have and some of the things that I went through and some of the things that I had to do, some of the people I had to not be around, the environment that I needed to be in to help me grow. And number 4, this was a big one for me and no one ever shared with me. Invest in yourself. Invest in yourself. Whether it's personal development, business development, you have to go out and find someone who can share with you how to do this. I did. When I made a decision back in the day to be a divorce coach, yes, I was a divorce coach when I started. Imagine, I went through a divorce. I went and began helping women through the process of divorce, helping them find the right attorney for them and realizing that your attorney is not your therapist and your therapist is not your attorney. Right? And so when I realized that this was possible, that I could help other people, I began to do that. And I started searching for the people who can help me. One, I had a therapist that I work with to help me with my emotional state. I went and got a life coach to help me with future pacing my life. And then, of course, I got a business coach because I was trying to figure out how do I do this? And I wanted to do it in record time. I didn't want anyone to have to go through what I went through trying to figure this thing out as far as divorce. I wanted to hit the ground running because I knew this was my passion and I knew what my purpose was helping other people. And last but not least, serve other people to their next level. Serve others to their next level. Serve others. Serve. There's a difference in helping and serving. And you're not going to like this, but I'm going to say it anyway. Yes, could I have helped people go through all of this? But the best version of me showed up differently when I know I was getting paid my worth. When I know that I was giving everything that I had, everything that I knew. When I began to do that and serving other people, I began to charge a fee. Now, some of you are not going to like that. Well, how could you charge folks? They're going through a divorce. That is not your business. Somebody's financial situation. Your responsibility when you begin to build a purpose-driven business from your life experience and your knowledge, and you're talking about the steps to success here. When you start talking about the steps to success, it's different. There has to be some involvement for you and the people that you work with. Those who pay attention. If you give it away just for free, which you can at the beginning, I have plenty of free content. Matter of fact, this is free, right? But there's also different levels to this for people to really go to their next level and have a true purpose-driven business. And I would say being a millionaire CEO. Again, make sure you like, share, and comment, and go back and do the work and think about what life experience do you have. And maybe it's divorce. Maybe it's, brokenness or something that you want to help other people get to their next level. These are the steps that I use, and you can begin using them today. Until next time, keep growing, keep learning, and remember your past doesn't define you, it refines you. This is Dr. Sonia, and I'll see you at the top.